for those who are just going to apply for a credit card, the things that they should consider most is their budget. You know, some credit cards, they have annual fees. Some allow people to use their rewards points to pay for the annual fees, or sometimes some of these credit cards allow you to say, okay, I would like to discontinue my use of the card if you're not going to uh, stop charging me. So sometimes that works, sometimes that doesn't. So it's still better to really know your options. If you're still new and you're a student or you're new at your job, this is your first job, don't get the kind of cards that charge you 12,000 annual fee, because there are those kinds of cards. So be very careful that you only get the ones that fit your budget. I didn't know this. So it was only when I was already doing a lot of research when I realized that you have to be very, very careful when you're applying for a credit card. Okay, the next one, I think, and very, very important also, is to get to know the reward system. Some people are very careless. They just get what's in the mail or whatever is being offered to them. But there's so many options, and you have to be careful that you know which ones you really need. Okay, so if you're a traveler, get a card that allows you to have miles points, right? If you're a mom like me, do the grocery, then you should get the kind of card that provides you with maybe cashback rewards for a lot of transactions in the grocery. If you're a father and you're the one who does all of the, gas up, then you get the kind of rewards where you will maximize all of these benefits. It's very underrated, the reward system. A lot of people think it's all the same anyway, so we'll just get the same rewards or whatever is being offered to us. But you won't be able to maximize that. In fact, me, when I start to do my cash flow management, when you look at your budget, it says sometimes all of the rewards that you get, you can consider them as income. Sometimes, for example, I'll give you an example. I do the grocery for my family. I spend around maybe 40 on days where, before school season and you have to buy a lot of lock and lock, you know, where you put your baon, diba? And so sometimes it goes to 40, 45, right? So at some point, I was looking for a grocery that will provide 10 times more. So you're spending the same, but your reward system is jacked up. So you're really getting 10 times more rewards for each transaction. And to my surprise, there was one time where the lady at the counter said, "Okay, do you want to use your rewards?" They amounted to around 7,000 pesos. So a huge amount of grocery items all for free. So this is when we say, when you use credit cards wisely, you really spend but save at the same time if you know how to use your credit card rewards. But again, let me say lang and point out that all of these reward systems will only work for you if you pay your bill in full, because you're spending more on interest than all the benefits that you're getting from rewards. But again, let us just separate the two. And if you're really trying to get the card for the first time, then those are some of the things that you should consider. Which reward system works for you? If you're a gadget person, then get the reward system that will maybe allow you to use your reward points to buy gadgets. Credit cards are a great tool. It's like a very sharp knife. And if you're a chef and you know how to use the sharp knife well, then you can create great meals, diba? But if you don't know how to use it quite well, then you can really cut yourself. Huwag naman bleed to death, but it can make a lot of damage, right? So that's one. Budget, reward system, convenience. It's very important that you don't have to go to the other end of town just to pay your bill in your during your due date, diba? I've had a lot of experience with credit cards, and sometimes there are some credit card companies that only have very little paying kiosk. And when you forget your due date and you really want to pay before, let's say your due date is today, and you still want your payment to be credited on this day, then you can pay at any kiosk until 12 midnight. Now, if the nearest kiosk is on the other side of town, nako, kawawa ka. So, when you're looking for a credit card, make sure that it's convenient to you. Think of the worst case scenario. You forgot your bill, you were traveling, you were very busy, you were doing a lot of things in school or in your work. Think of the worst case scenario and then look at the facility that are open so that you won't be your bill won't be overdue, right? So that's one of the things that you should consider when you're um, choosing a credit card. And then, very important is the security feature, because we know that during the pandemic, hacks and many other things, scams online, and a lot of other issues have risen. The number of attacks have grown so much. So this should be one of your very, very first considerations when you're getting a new credit card. Make sure that the company that you're getting has the resources to get cutting edge technology so that they can protect you from hacks. And then finally, customer service and flexibility. Naku, ayaw na natin yung tumatawag ka but no one's answering, or the elevator music in your ear has been going on for an hour. A lot of credit card companies have stopped doing that. They have stopped asking people to call them up, chatbot na lang. Even though you find a card company that has a great chatbot system that can answer your queries, it's also still important that you get a phone banker on the line. Yeah, so those 5 things.